Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. You're welcome to Nastra Public School online teaching system. This is Languages of the World, My Language, Your Language, Lesson 1, Part 2. Students' learning outcome. At the end of this lesson, the students will be able to do their working related to this topic on their own in their copies. This is the first exercise we have to do in our book. It says read what these students say about the languages they speak, how many languages and how many countries are mentioned. In the previous lesson, I have explained all four opinions of the four students, and now I will show you how this exercise will be done in your copies. See, exercise 1, read what these students say about the languages they speak, how many languages and how many countries are mentioned. So this is the table. You have to make a table like this in your copies. The first student, the first column says the first student, second student, third student and fourth student. The next column is languages mentioned. So we have to write the languages that have been mentioned by that particular student. So in the first box in second column, these are the languages that have been mentioned by the first student. Next column, countries mentioned. So the countries mentioned by the first student is New Zealand only, the one country. Languages they can speak means the first student can speak English and Maori. Right? Okay, now the second student. The second student's languages mentioned by the second students are English and Japanese. The countries the second student mentioned is Indonesia and a place in Indonesia that is called Java. The languages mentioned by the second student are Javanese and Indonesian. Now let's come to the third student. The third student did not mention any languages, but it mentions a place called Wales and Italy. Languages they speak are Welsh, English and Italian. The fourth student mentioned a language that is Cantonese, and the countries mentioned was only Hong Kong. The languages the fourth student can speak are Mandarin, Chinese and English. Okay, in exercise 2, we have to find a word or a phrase in the text in exercise 1, which means the same as the following. So in exercise 1, there are certain words that are mentioned, and this exercise we have to find those words which have the same meanings as these words. For example, the first word, a little. In the first exercise, there is a word a little bit off. When the first student says, I can speak a little bit of Maori, so this is the word a little bit off. The second, the language of the country you were born in. So that the word is native language. As I've explained earlier, the language of the country you were born in is called the native language. Speaking two languages means bilingual. Bi means two, lingual means languages. So a person who can speak two languages is called bilingual. Number fourth, able to use a foreign language easily. That means something that can be spoken fluently. So being fluent. The fifth word, the language you learn after your first language, obviously it is called the second language. And the last one, no longer existing. That means the word used in the first exercise is extinct, which was mentioned for Welsh. So these are the words you can write in the second exercise. Now let's come to the grammar section. Here are the in use of English, the determiners are given to you. Determiners that have been given are neither, each, every, all or both. So determiner, what are determiners? Determiners are words that introduces a noun, and they come right before a noun in a sentence. The definite article the is a determiner. Indefinite articles a and an are determiners. Demonstratives like this, that, these, those are determiners. Pronouns and possessive determiners are my, your, his, her, its, our, theirs. Quantifiers can also be determiners like a few, a little, much, many, a lot of, most, some, any, enough, both, neither, each and every. And numbers can also be determiners like 1, 10, 30. So determiners can be divided into so many parts, which can be articles, which can be pronouns, which can be possessive pronouns, which can be quantifiers, or which can be numbers. So regarding this, you have to do exercise 4 in your books. So complete the sentences with all, both, neither, every. Remember to use of where necessary. So we have of is optional. Either if it fits, then we'll use it. If it doesn't, we won't use it. So here, both of my parents speak English, so I hear it a lot at home. So here, of is good. I've got two English friends and dash them are from London. They were born there. So here will come the word both. I've got two friends, so both. And both of them are from London. They both were born there. The third sentence, my two cousins live in India, but dash them has ever been to Mumbai. Here the word will come neither, because neither of my friends, neither of them have ever been to Mumbai. Number 4, I practice my Italian every summer when I go to see my grandparents in Bologna. It will not be Bologna, it will be Bologna. Now, the last sentence in English, dash, the words for languages start with a capital letter. So here the word all will come. In English, all the words for languages start with a capital letter. So now we have completed our 4th exercise. So this is it. Now let's go over it one more time. In today's lesson, what we have learned, that people speak different languages in daily lives. People can be bilingual or even trilingual. Trilingual means speaking 3 languages at a time. And the last of all, determiners, neither of, both of, all, each, every. So this is it for today's lesson. I hope you have understood it by now. If there are any further queries, concerns you have to ask, you can write it in the class comments in your Edmodo session. Thank you for watching. Allah Hafiz.